What is going on? Space Apes, Moon Gang, Doge Army, let's go, let's go! I hope we have a very exciting day. In fact, I know it's going to be an exciting day. TLRY had their earnings yesterday, seemed to be pretty good. It is selling off a bit in pre-market. We're going to be talking about Riot, Bitcoin. We'll, of course, keep our eyes on AMC and GME today. GME, GameStop. Don't forget, Roaring Kitty is testifying in front of Congress today. Of course, we will be going over that. I'm just in the middle figuring out some technical issues over here, but guys, we will, I promise, 100% be going over it. I want to know what they're going to say. It's not just Roaring Kitty, Vlad's in there. We have people from Citadel, people from Melvin. There's a lot of people in there, and I know congressional C-SPAN hearings can be boring as all hell, but I think this one will at least be entertaining to us to see how it goes. Like, honestly, we might learn a thing or two about what's going on. I know I have my own questions on really what did happen with Robinhood. So I'm hoping some good questions get asked, good answers are given. I know that's not always a 100% guarantee in the world of politics, but let's see how it goes. That will be happening, I believe, at 12 Eastern. So we'll be doing that. We might take a mini break before. I know, like, usually my schedule is to go into the afternoon, and then we come back for the like late last 2-hour session. So maybe today we'll switch it up just a bit. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Of course, if there's things moving in the market, that will also be a priority. But I think we could see some interesting movements in AMC and GameStop today. I know they've been a bit dead, but maybe because of the hearing, we'll get something interesting coming out of it. Overall, we need to kind of check out what's going on. So the TLRY earnings were yesterday. Obviously, TLRY was doing super well in the post market. It even got above that resistance I was telling you about at 36. Now it's selling off a bit. So I think this one will move right when the market opens. Same with Riot, selling off a bit, but Bitcoin is holding very strong. Bitcoin looks like it's going up once again to test 52K, so Riot could easily be on the move. And then CCIV is selling off. But as just a quick reminder, this is my account. I sold out and I took my profit on CCIV yesterday. My only two options left are Riot and TLRY. I have all the same shares, and then I still have my positions on Doge and Ethereum. Just so everyone knows, Doge was very close to my risk point. I've been like thinking about taking my profits at 5 cents if it goes below that. I just feel much better about Ethereum, Bitcoin, even like Ripple, Litecoin. I feel better about their future than Doge, but I'm here for the Doge wave. If I see a money making opportunity, of course I will be taking it. Jackie just became an astronaut. That is awesome, Jackie. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you guys want to become an official astronaut or space ape of this channel, it's the join button right by subscribe. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. All you have to do is hit the red subscribe button, go over to the notifications, turn them to always, and you can stay up to date with not only the Moon Gang, but all your fellow space apes. We are on the road to making this channel 100,000 strong space apes. That is our goal, and we will be in here day in and day out till we hit it. And then, of course, we'll do it even harder after we hit that goal, because we are going to the moon. Norman, here, buy 3 shares of SNDL so you have a stock to talk about more, a stake to talk about it more. In fun, enjoy listening to you. Norman, I appreciate it. Maybe I'll buy those. Maybe I'll pick up those 3 shares of SNDL. Hey, I'll keep, guys, I'm more than happy. I mean, I feel like a lot of the times we end up talking about things I don't really have a position in, just because I know it's of interest and you guys want some input on like what's going on a crazy penny runner. But if you've been watching for a couple days, or even now since over the past how many ever weeks, you know that just like OTC pennies, not really my style, but I'm more than happy to share my opinion. I'm more than happy to answer any questions. That's what we're here from. A little bit of entertainment, a little bit of education, but please don't forget, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a tax expert. I'm none of that. I'm just a guy just sharing his own trades and thoughts on the stock market. It's that simple. Oh, and just so everyone knows, I get this question often. Now that Roaring Kitty is testifying today, I do want to bring this up. I still have my own AMC right here. AMC shares, 125, GameStop 8. I haven't sold them. I'm not going to sell them. to me, those ones are different than like my normal stock trading. For me, those are a moral stand, and I'm not going to give up on that. I'll hold them till I die if I have to. Everything else is a little bit more fundamentally, technically sound decisions, at least in my opinion. Whether those are right or wrong, at least that's how I view it. Let's get going. What's AMC doing in pre-market? I guess we could check out. Very nice. Right now in pre-market, it's trading at 631. So I have a big resistance at 650, and then past that, I think we could be selling to 7. So that's exciting, at least with AMC. It is on the move. Let's go. And then even GME is up. Okay, that's awesome. GME, we want to get above this resistance right here. Shane Cooper just became an astronaut. What is up? All right, that's awesome. So maybe for this, Churchill Capital looks a bit weak. So just for now, I'll throw up AMC. We'll get up a 5-minute chart. I know there's a lot of interest. I mean, look at that. 560 to 650. This is the resistance we're coming in at. All right, let me... All right, there. Thoughts on VZ and Norwegian? Let's do that really quick. I'm expecting some exciting stuff. Verizon is looking good. I do like, on a daily perspective, it's going up because Warren Buffett got into it. I mean, Warren Buffett is like an OG. He's a GOAT. If he says something's a worthwhile long-term investment, I would assume he's right. I really don't know much about VZ. Just on the daily chart, I like how it's bouncing off of these lows at 54. Norwegian, Ryan, I know that yesterday a lot of cruise lines were doing well and they look to be remaining strong. So that's, you have Norwegian, Carnival Cruise Lines, and Royal are kind of like some of your main ones. If this can clear 26 on volume, pretty bullish, but it looks like there's some special thing going on in the world of cruises, at least for whatever reason. I'm going to switch this over. AMC up top. I know you guys are very excited. And just so you know, GME is over here on the right. Hey, Matt, learned a lot from you this weekend reading stock trends. Thanks, Terry. I really appreciate it. That's what I'm here for. Honestly, everyone, I'm just here to share a little bit about what I know. And hopefully we can have a bit of fun while doing it. I'm very excited that these are looking alive today, as in AMC and GME. It's all that hearing related. Once again, that will be happening at noon. Actually, I think I had something. Let me see if I could bring this over. Can I not bring the screenshot over? Okay, for some reason I can't bring it up. Hey, I'll just read it to you really quick. In a statement, this is all in reference to what's going on with the congressional hearing today. In a statement, Committee Head Representative Maxine Waters said that the hearing will take aim at the hedge funds industry long history of predatory conduct, as well as unpack Robinhood's decision to halt trading of GameStop and other meme stocks when interest from individual traders was at its peak. One more phrase to watch on your hearing bingo card: payment for order flow, PFOF. This is very, very important because it's how Webull and Robinhood are free. It's them selling your trading payment order flow information to these hedge funds, and that's how they front run you. PFOF, payment for order flow, involves rerouting order carried out on one platform to a third party to execute for a small fee. Robinhood makes the majority of its revenue this way, and some critics argue that it's not the best interest of its customers. So we're going to be hearing about that today. It's another thing that's really commonly tied into that is like high frequency trading. Basically, it's people, they know where a large amount of orders are being placed and what they're doing, and they front front run you to make like portions of a penny, but they're doing that all day long, making a lot of money at the end of the day. Even the cult hero Roaring Kitty is under scrutiny for his social media posts that helped spark interest in GameStop. Though the 34-year-old former Mass Mutual advisor maintains his posts were meant to be educational only, he hasn't backed away from his commitment to GameStop. I'm as bullish as I've ever been, he said in a statement. You gotta love how he's standing his ground on it. That is awesome. Good for him. Oops, sorry, I missed some super chats and whatnot. We have a new Space Ape, Joshua Grimes. That is awesome, man. Welcome aboard. Shout out to Joshua joining up, keeping the dream alive. 4-star strength. Matt, PDW thoughts pre-market, and also news about the acquirement of Buzz Time, 10% hold till midday, or get the bennies and roll. Okay, let's check out the what is DPW. I didn't hear myself about the acquisition, but let's see how that's being reflected in the chart. DPW. I know this was a popular one yesterday. Producer, another producer company, electronic producer. Looking pretty strong, but the pre-market's not the nicest. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen is like you, I don't really put much emphasis on pre-market because as you could see on the bottom, the volume is just so much less compared to like normal. So what I would say is there's previous resistance at 640. It was resistance over the past 2 days. See if that can act as support right off of the open. If it sells off, of course you want it to just shoot straight up. But if it doesn't, look if 640 can catch it. And if it bounces from there, that's the main price level I would personally be interested in. So watch that. And then on its way up, of course, you just have yesterday's like all the high just below $8. But I think the battle is going to come down to 640. With any news such as acquisition and really like what we're seeing with CCIV, all this stuff, there is a very common thing in the world of trading of buy the rumor, sell the news. So if it's shooting up on that, but like when it becomes like actual news, generally you see a bit of a sell-off of that. People like to buy up the excitement, and then by the time the actual news happens, even if it's what we all expected, there is a pattern in the world of stock market of a bit of selling off, and that's just because buyers get a little overzealous heading into the event. So for me, if I'm up nice profits and I see it hanging out and maybe struggling at all-time highs, that's when I would personally maybe look to lock in some gains. Hey, just remember, you can never go broke taking profits. Can you look at MSTR real quick? Sure. I'm kind of a fan of them now for what they've been doing with crypto. Or not crypto. Sorry, I was thinking of MasterCard. Before I do that, let me give some... Dirk's Garage, welcome aboard. Just became an astronaut. What is going on, Dirk's? Looks like you have a motorcycle shop, garage. Well, we're going to need that on Space. I'm super happy you're here with us. Jumper 9TE just became an astronaut. Shout out to everyone joining up on this rocket ship today. Super, super exciting. All right, let's talk about MicroStrategy. I was just confusing it with MasterCard. I was saying that I was excited about them solely because of they're adding crypto to their network. But anyway, back to MicroStrategy. I would be, my big recommendation on MicroStrategy is be patient and wait for this gap fill. Market makers love filling untested gaps. And you still have, let me just clean it up a bit. Just trying to make it nice for everyone. I don't mean for it to be red. Let me change that color. Usually red I use as resistance. Where's the color style? All right, let's just make this some arbitrary blue. So when I'm talking about a gap fill, basically on February 5th, the MicroStrategy closed at $806. The next day, it opened up. It was a gap up. It opened at 925, and the lowest we've got since then is 878. So if the lowest we got is 878, and this close was at 806, that means we have about a $70 region where just nothing has been happening. Like there's been no buys, no sells, nothing is going on in here. Market makers love to fill these gaps. So my big suggestion on MicroStrategy, if you like it, is be patient and wait for this gap fill. On the flip side, yesterday one we were talking about is QuantumScape, and I'm calling for a gap fill the other way. I would love for it to fill this gap. What is the high? Roughly 70. What is this? High of 74.50 to this low. This region still untested. I am bullish on it to a gap fill. I love playing gap fills, whether that's up or down. What's the deal with the market the past couple days? I lost $800 yesterday and $100 in pre-market. Hey, I'm sorry about that. Like, sometimes the market's obviously like, you can't always have nice, bullish, massive green days. It's big ebbs and flows. And guys, honestly, to be fully transparent, things, it hasn't been good. There's been a lot of red, but keep in mind, things can also still get way, way worse. Even right when the world was first exploding about a year ago now, I mean, the market was not just a little red, it was horrifically red across the board. And those are the days that you either have to take short plays, you're buying puts, or you're just sitting on your hands. A lot of trading is just sitting on your hands and being patient and waiting for your opportunity. I know we get all excited when things are running and it's super, super green, but also that's not how the market works day in and day out. When things are red, you just have to be conservative and wait. It's all about being a sniper and waiting for your opportunity. Can you check out ZOM? Sure. Well, here's ZOM. I've never traded it. I know it's a popular one. I like how it bounced off of $2, but as we were talking about gap fills, be careful because there's still that gap down to 150. I'm not saying it like has to get filled, even though they commonly do, especially because this $2 was previous resistance, which now turned into support. And in fact, it did actually fill a small gap right there. So maybe play the support off of $2, but whatever you do, just like respect where your risk is. If you're saying, if you go into ZOM today and you're like, hey, I like it, it's trading at 221 and my risk is $2, if it actually breaks through $2, I know it sucks, but you just have to realize that loss and move on to the next play. But that's also for day trading, swing trading, things of that. If you like ZOM as a long-term play, you can kind of throw technicals out the window because technicals are viable for whatever time frame you're really looking on. So if you wanted to be in ZOM years down the road, I mean, what it's doing right now won't really matter. So keep that in mind. Know what you're doing. Know if you're day trading, swing trading, investing, because all of them have a slightly different mentality associated with them. I hope that helps, Blake. All right. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any of these super chats. George, CRSR looks very bullish on a 3-month view. What do you think? Can you give it an analysis? So I believe CRSR, I'm pretty bullish on. It's a gaming stock. Let's look at this daily chart. So CRSR, I'm looking to invest. I want to invest. I'm very bullish overall on the future of esports the future of the esports industry. I mean, esports are popular now. I think they'll just become more and more popular. From a technical perspective, though, I'm gonna look for support to be found out in this line. So depending on how long it takes to play out, I would love to get in the mid 30s. Honestly, though, if it breaks down, I would still hold those shares. I would look up to pick up more in the low 30s, maybe in the mid 20s. But overall, I do think that esports is a good long-term hold. Right now, it's been selling off. Your next support, we still have a couple dollars to go down in terms of like the closest daily technical support, at least in the way that I do it. So I would look maybe 35, 37 in here. I'm targeting this region, right below 37 is my closest target. On the way back up, I'll think there's going to be resistance at 44. Past that, we have this top trend line. And from there, it's just a breakout testing the all-time high at 51. And from there, clear skies ahead. I hope that helps, George. Is anything all right? So AMC still holding 6. I mean, I've been droning on about how important it is for AMC to get above 6 and hold it. We are looking for this resistance to turn into support. It got right away rejected at this trend line. I want to get on the top side of that 650. How do you feel LDI will look after their earnings report is announced later today? That one comes from JJ Jordan. I appreciate it. Shout out to JJ. Let's take a look at LDI. I mean, oh, this is a tough one. I mean, it's only been trading for 3 days. This, to be fully honest, I can't give a good technical analysis of this. I don't know what's going on with the company. They're in finance, rental, and leasing. So it sounds like there's some sort of, I don't know, apartment building or retail building, but there's not much data. I just don't know what I would base it off of, and fundamentally I can't really comment on their earnings because like it's just not one that I'm like really up to date with. So this, my big suggestion on LDI is I don't like the risk setup, and the risk is just from the lack of data. So I would just be patient. If I like it as a company, I would let more time build out. That was my big overall comment on Bumble, the new one that just IPO'd. Whether you like it or don't, I just want to see more data. I want to know how the stock reacts. I want to know how the stock participants like interact with it. I just want more data. Can I take a look at TRCH? TRCH looking good actually on the 30. How's its daily look? Okay, once again, you guys now know what I'm going to say. Be careful about this gap. This high is at $2.94. We have this red day. There's a big community of penny stock traders. When something runs up, they wait for the first red day, and then that's when they initiate massive short positions. Be careful about TRCH. There's a chance that this could be coming back down to pretty much $3. Please be careful with it. But if you're shorting it, good luck. My gut instinct right now on TRCH, I know it's a penny stock. I know it's up a huge percentage. I know it's that big first red day yesterday. I know people will be shorting it today. I also know on the RSI that we have some bearish divergence. The stock has gone up. The RSI has not followed. That's a bearish sign. If you guys forced me to trade TRCH today, just me, my own opinion, what I would do is actually try to short it down to $3. Or I would completely avoid it if I didn't want to short. Good morning, dude. What's your opinion on RKT? I feel like it's a good long-term play. What's your take? Let me check out RKT's chart just so we're all on the same page. Rocket Companies might be a good long-term play, but the chart is not looking the best right now. So it seems like there's pretty solid support between 19 and 18. So if you're trying to get in, I mean, it's looking heavy right now. It looks like it wants to dump down to this support in the 19s. If things get really bearish, maybe into the 18s. So I would watch the region we're coming up to pretty closely. But it does seem to adhere to these supports and bounce off of that. In terms of a long-term play, I'm not like too familiar with the companies like fundamentals, balance sheet, anything like that. But if you're looking to get in and don't have a position, I would say be a bit more patient because it looks like, at least the way I'm seeing it, the chart looks very heavy. It does look like there's a bit more downside. I would target 19, maybe somewhere in the 18s. Save yourself some money per share. Thoughts on Riot today? So you guys know that I actually still have this Riot position. I have 2 calls, $75 strike. I paid, what did I pay? I paid $10 per one. I was up 51% as of yesterday. They're going to be lower. This is going to take a pretty decent size hit as soon as the market opens. And that's just because Riot's lower. Riot closed the day out at 77.90, and right now it's not even trading at 72. So I'm gonna lose on that right off the bat. But Riot / Morrow will be strong as long as crypto's staying strong. I mean, so I can almost better answer Riot by looking at the Bitcoin chart. I love how Bitcoin, look at this trend line. I drew this trend line a while ago. It bounced perfectly off of it right at 50,800, and we're tracking back up. It looks like there's resistance at 52,000, like 500, 52,000. So this is a battle right here. But if Bitcoin can keep going, I think that Riot will keep going. What do you think about QCLN? QCLN overall looks pretty strong, showing a bit of momentary weakness. We do have that bearish divergence in the RSI. The stock has gone up, the RSI hasn't. That's a bearish sign. I would say look for support to be found at 79. Past that, we also have a gap fill down to 72. So if I had to do this one, I would personally try to target 72 as my entry point. That's how I would play it. I don't know what QCLN does. It looks like a green energy index, so it's an ETF for alternative energy, maybe, which that sounds interesting to me. I'd be bullish on it, especially with the current administration. But from a pure technical standpoint, I would try to target 72, 73. All right. Damn, why is PTLR taking so much? It's a mortgage lending. Okay, so LDI, thank you, Daryl. Mortgage lending. Good morning, gang. Thoughts on CLOV? I think it's a good play. Let's do CLOV. CLOV to $20. So really $11 is actually a nice support. There's more support at 10.50. So this is a good region of support, whatever Clover Health Investment Corp does. But we have this previous resistance, which I would expect to act as support. We have another support at 1050. So between 11 and 1050 seems like a good opportunity, and really you could risk a break of 10. CLOV has a pretty nice risk to reward setup. That's a good call. GCAM, I could take a look at MJ. MJ is a cannabis ETF. So it's going to do well if TLRY, APHA, Hexo, HIDI, all of those are doing well. Recently, as you can tell, it shot up. It hit this high of 34.58. Since then, it's been selling off with the rest of the cannabis industry. I was hoping that it would do better today. I got very excited with TLRY's post-market action. It sold off pre-market. I'm a little bummed out about that, but let's see if there's some nice strength today. We know that TLRY has awesome range, so if people get excited about it, that's very good. I just don't know if it's the same group of people that instead today will be watching AMC/GME. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. But overall, MJ, I like MJ is a basket that tracks a bunch of cannabis stocks. I'm bullish on the cannabis sector, so I think MJ is a good long-term investment. So right now, I don't own any, but I would love to pick some up as close to $20 a share as I can get it. Right here, between really 19 or 18, the low 18s and 21, I think that's a nice region of support. I don't know if it'll ever get there. Like, we might never see that again. That's the stock market. Nothing's like really ever going to be guaranteed. All I do is try to minimize my risk, but I do like this gap fill down to 21.25. What's going on with MJ? It's like it's halted. I don't think that MJ's halted. It's just like not really moving much, and that's just because I guess people aren't trading it. Its volume has been dying out. You could see over the past 4 trading days, 5 trading days, the volume has really been hit. Do you think Riot is a good buy today? I feel like it's going over 80. I mean, that's a good question. I wish I knew. If it was going over 80, if I definitively knew that Riot was going over 80 today, I would literally bet my entire account on call options to make a lot of it. So I can't say, like, I mean, in my thoughts, I'm at least hoping for a gap fill up to 80. That would be nice, but it's so dependent on what Bitcoin's doing. So we'll have to see how that goes. Thoughts on LMND? For those of you who don't know, Lemonade LMND is a new company. It's a new age like insurance company. I believe they do homeowner insurance and pet insurance. I really like it. I like how it's trying to disrupt an old boring industry. What I like more about it is how it's right now at support. This is one in my actually, is it in this portfolio? I might have it. No. So it's in my own retirement portfolio. I like Lemonade. For me, it's a long-term hold. I was actually thinking about getting more off of this bounce. I just want to see if it can hold 150 today. BMBL, Bumble, Blair. I want the more time to pass. I don't like to trade the newest IPOs. And for IPOE, I believe this is a SPAC play, right? So SoFi maybe. Can someone let me know who IPOE is looking to I guess like merge with? All right. Someone in the Discord is saying ride to 95 book it. I would love that. All right. So there's still some requests coming in, but just so everyone knows, I'll have to circle back to them because the market's about to open. I have about 20 seconds, and I know there's some big interest in whatever's going on with AMC, Riot, CCIV. CCIV I still have up right here, so we're not going to lose sight of it. But I'll circle back to them. Okay, IPOE is SoFi. That's what I thought. But let's watch this market open. We have about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, ding, ding. Market is open. Do I think that SNDL can break down separate of TLRY? Yes. If it can't hold 175 and it's below it now, if it can't quickly recapture 175, SNDL will be in trouble. All right, TLRY coming, opening up nicely. CCIV 56. All right. Unicrypt, UNCX growing nicely. Thoughts? Vapor Smooth, UNCX. All right, that's definitely not right. GME on the open. Here's GME. All right, TLRY pushing a bit. AMC pushing. AMC is getting above $6. I like that. Riot opening up strong. All right, we're seeing green. Usually we're used to very red opens, at least over the past week. So I like that. Let's see if this can continue. Watch AMC battle it out. CCIV at 57, 58. That's moving nicely. All right, we're a nice green opening. I'm sure I'm still down on Riot. Yeah, I'm getting hit on. These needed to open bigger for me. But hey, maybe I'll get lucky. Ape needs help. I thought the dip on Palantir was 29, now 25. $20 call is 29. A lot of money. Tears are flowing, my friend. I need hope. All right, we will check out PLTR. Hey, Lenny, can you let us know like what your so your strike price is 29. Down 25 to 25 calls at 29. What's your expiration? How much time are you dealing with, Lenny? Thoughts on load? Load was a nice one yesterday. We'll pull up load really quick. Load looking weak. Load might be coming back down to $4. It's looking heavy. All right, TLRY still moving. AMC moving. Let's switch this over to a 1-minute chart. Lenny, just so you know, on the PLTR, I'm like interested in like it as a long-term hold. Like I'm not actively trading it, but I do think that has potential in the long term. So I think your question is much more determined by if you have an early strike price, you might be getting pretty unlucky. But if you bought like long-dated leaps, I wouldn't sweat it too much now. All right, Riot is pushing, TLRY is pushing. AMC looks like it's trying to reaffirm $6. You very, very much want it to hold 6. 623 is a resistance. I got lucky with it getting rejected by that. It was just a momentary resistance we saw before. So let's see how that goes. QuantumScape is still pushing at 62. For everyone in QS, congrats. I wish I was in that. Don't forget your rocket fuel team. 219 Palantir, 29.5 call. Lenny, man, you come in here because you know I shoot you straight. I don't think you're in a good position. That's a lot of weakness, and yours are expiring tomorrow. It's breaking through support. We have an upcoming support at 25. It needs to hold here at 25. But I just don't know if you gave yourself enough time. All right, come on, TLRY, turn back around. TLRY, big resistance at 36. I'm going to get excited for TLRY above 36. It looks like people are buying up the earnings announcement from yesterday. Look for AMC to hold $6. That's very, very important. CCIV, 57.50. What else is moving? APHA is at 22, having a similarly positive day to TLRY. SNDL was able to hold on $1.75. If you're still in SNDL, please watch $1.75. Tesla 781, Neo 55, QuantumScape's having a good day. SPCE is down. Thank God I got out of that. What else is moving? Big movers today? Anything? Oh, okay, but we do have some positive news, Lenny, on PLTR. ARK just bought a lot. So, but also they're going to be in it for like a long-term hold. So with that, I think you just didn't give yourself enough time with expiration. You're betting on it popping by tomorrow. I think Palantir is a bit of a slow mover. So really, you might want to be looking at like if you're going to play call options on it, far out leaps, or just invest in it. All right, AMC is moving. AMC coming back to life. A zombie from the dead. Frankenstein waking up. That is awesome. All right, TLRY, let's get above 35, and then I'm just targeting 36. Let's go, TLRY. What else? CCIV pushing 58. Should I switch this over so we can get a whole nother chart? How did I do this? AMC. Let's throw up CCIV right here. CCIV yesterday never hit 60. I know Joan and I were looking to party, but it's showing some strength on the open today. I just wanted to have CCIV up here. We'll show AMC. All right, Riot. Let's go, Riot. Sewing. Am I still up on these? No, not as much. Today they cost me. Overall, I'm still up on Riot, but it cost me some money. I just want to check that out. Man. I think I'm still myself, since my account's below 25K. I think I'm even pushing that pattern day trader. Chris and Jason are in the chat. Hey, Chris and Jason, if you guys could send me a DM on Twitter. If you're hearing this just on Twitter, send me a DM and make your first line like just Moon Gang, so I know to that it's from you two. But if you could, just when you guys have free, nothing crazy important, but just send me a DM if possible. CCIV getting a bit smacked. TLRY, hopefully it comes back. I was excited. Sen's making big moves this morning. Oh, Sens is on the move. I like Sens. I'm not in it. I just like watching it. You guys have been excited by it. Nice move. Above, watch, there is resistance at $5. So I would say I would feel confident about it testing $5. And then if it can get from there, maybe get a nice rip. So don't sleep on Sens. If you're not in it yet, be patient. Watch for $5. Watch to see how it reacts to that. AMC. Congrats to everyone on AMC. It is still fighting. It's holding $6. Remember, Roaring Kitty will be in front of Congress today, I believe at 12 Eastern. Yeah, looks like it's 12 Eastern. Yep, 12 Eastern. We will definitely be doing that. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm not going to pass that up. Riot. Look at this strength. Someone was at George, right? You were asking me 80 today. Look, I mean, I was looking forward just like to test that high, but man, this is some strength. That is awesome. Can you look at USWS got in at 62 cents and the stock has been killing it. Ernest, we will check it out. I love to hear one of my fellow space apes are killing it. USWS. Moving. Watch 340 today. That's some resistance. If it can get above 340, it looks like it could go even higher. But you're up huge, man. Just ride that momentum. The trend is your friend. For the intraday, my big suggestion would be pay attention to 340. Ryan just became an astronaut. Welcome aboard, Ryan. The astronaut. Then we have astronauts and space apes filling up this rocket ship. Love to have all of you. Marcelo Pristo is a plant. Keep saying AMC will crash. AMC is dead. Don't buy AMC. Kick that suit. Guys, so it looks like we do have a mods. If you could just check if there is a Greg in chat. Vibes are one of the best currencies in this room right now, and we don't want someone bringing our vibes down. AMZ Tech Deals became an astronaut. We're going to have some tech on this rocket ship. What is going on? I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone in here. Really, like, I want to speak directly to you. Your support's been phenomenal. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, making some jokes at the suit's expense, playing the stock market. It's like hanging out at the casino with some friends. CTRM and OCGN, are they on the move again today? OCGN, I sold mine for loss. Yeah, a good opening, but it has been weak over 2 days. It is there's big resistance at 1050, so make sure you're watching that. CTRM, the shipping company, low volume. Interest has been dying out on it, so be careful with CTRM. Kind of in no man's land, halfway between resistance and support, awkwardly in between. Mel loading up on an extra 3x PLTR by accident. Hey, we all make those fat finger mistakes. Hopefully it works out for you. I hope it explodes for you and Lenny. Check out POTX. POTX, kind of the same thing, honestly, as CTRM, halfway in the middle. Oh, this is just another cannabis-based ETF, so very similar to MJ. Those charts are going to look kind of similar. CPG, nice breakout. It's moving. If you guys, it looks like the next resistance is at $4. This could keep going. I don't know what they do, but that's pretty cool. All right, TLRY selling off, unfortunately. AMC still battling it out at $6. Riot trying to hold 76. Churchill Capital 57. GameStop could not hold 49.50. It's now at 47. All right. Who what are our big movers going to be today? Let's post them, guys. I need your predictions. What stocks should we be watching? We don't want to watch these boring paint drying stocks. We want the action stocks. I think Riot is still moving. I mean, TLRY, I was hoping for some momentum, but then again, it is only 9:42. We're not even 15 minutes into the day, so we could still see some nice movement. Waldo, what is going on, man? Welcome back. Hey, Matt. Do you know why there is a difference between today's returns and total returns? Have a call on TLRY today, says $80, and yet total says 18. So yeah, when you guys see it, whether it's an option or whatever, you're gonna have today's returns and total. So that just means that you've had the position for multiple days. It's like literally what you're up on this trading day and then what you're up in just totality. So for example, if I show you some of my shares, so CCIV today, I'm only up $13 based on where it closed yesterday. I'm up, it's almost like break even. But since I bought it so long ago, my total return is different because that's from the moment that you actually bought it. Your total return is based on your own average, while today's return is based on the yesterday's close to like where it's at right now. So your total return is basically the important one. And if you bought it that day, the today's return and total return will be the same. Matt, look at CPG. Yeah, CPG, Jeep Lord. We checked that out. That's the other. Is it still moving? It's up on the screen. I was calling out resistance at like $4 and I don't know 15 cents. LDI earnings are out. Stock climbing, guys. Here's your LDI alert. Once again, I'm not the biggest fan of it just because like it's brand new, not enough data for me, but it looks like it's moving. That's awesome. Watch it at 29. Looks like we have a bit of technical resistance. All right, TLRY fighting back. AMC trading flat right now at $6. I was telling you how important $6 is. Passionate angler. I've read that after good earnings, stocks usually tank. That's not true. So they can have good earnings or bad earnings, but it's all how do earnings match the Wall Street expectations. So if Wall Street had like horrific expectations and the company slightly beats it, the stock can go up. Or even if you have a stock like Apple who had amazing earnings, but Wall Street wanted something a little bit more, the stock can go down. So it's not really, it's not in a vacuum. basically whenever you guys hear about earnings, it's not about a vacuum. It's more of like how it did relative to what Wall Street was expecting. Thoughts on E-Hang? Looks like resistance at 70, 71. There's definitely resistance at 70. We were checking that out yesterday. E-Hang, I'm not really like messing with it. Like I'm not trading it just because like I don't, all these movements, they're not technically sound. It's just this like storyline of whatever's going on with the fraud versus the non-fraud. So like, I don't know. To me, that's just like a pure luck play of either you're going to be on the right side or the wrong side of if there is or isn't fraud. Is QS moving again? QS 67, yeah, guys. QS, I like it. EV play, I'm calling for a gap fill up to 84. Churchill fighting back, trying to get above the 5750 area. Riot a bit sideways at 76. TLRY actually kind of trending down, unfortunately, below 34. It looks like we actually have a bit of a bull flag going on TLRY. This is the channel I'll be watching on TLRY, just the downward channel. I'm kind of new. Do your day trades reset after 5 days? Yeah, after you place a day trade, like if you place one on like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, that Monday one will be reset the next Monday. The Tuesday one will be reset on Tuesday. Basically, it gets reset 5 days after you place a day trade. What do you think about WNW? I think it's looking pretty strong today. I don't know what they do. Oh, another new stock. I mean, this one's weird. I mean, it had a good opening day, completely sold off. Green. It's weird. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to read it. CCIV gunning again. Let me actually see if I have day trades. I might day trade CCIV. It's pushing. Looks like it's going to shoot up to $60. Lots of strength. Omar just became an astronaut. Everyone shout out to Omar. Welcome aboard. That is awesome. I appreciate it. I don't think I actually have any. Jojo X QS bullish on it. I'm calling for a gap fill up to 84. Let me see if I have any day trades left. I don't think I do because of that whole TLRY debacle. Yeah, I don't. So I can't day trade. So if I do make a position today, it might be either a longer term one or I would be looking to hold it for a decent amount of time. I'm looking at QuantumScape because, man, I just like it. The only thing I don't like about it right now, maybe I could play a QuantumScape call, like a long-term QuantumScape, because I do feel confident about it hitting 75, 85. Let me just see how expensive they are. QuantumScape. What if I gave myself to mid-March, March 19? Oh, those are pricey. I don't know. I am bullish on QuantumScape though. I like it. Okay, TLRY with the bull flag breakout. That's why we call these downward channels bull flags, because they commonly break upward. I have heard that PDT does not apply to cash accounts, only margin accounts. Is that true? Yes, it is true. But remember, if you're trading with a cash account, that's like, it has, cash accounts have their own sets of rules. Like basically you won't be able to trade instantly in and out. You have to wait for the money to settle after trades. But that is true that pattern day trading is specific to margin accounts. If I buy stocks that I already have, can I sell the ones I have the same day, or will it be a day trade? If I buy stocks that I already have, okay, Eric, so you're saying you like own a stock and then you buy more of that stock, and then that same day that you bought more of, you want to sell some? I believe that would count as a day trade. Neo volume, Neo kind of still below 56. That's not good. Neo in that region of support. Zkin is moving day. Can you take a look? Yeah, ZKIN. TLRY moving again. CCIV moving. Riot. AMC drifting downward. Riot. Kind of sideways actually. Zkin. What is Zkin? International group. Big mover. That's cool. All I can really say is be careful about chasing, but it does look, there is some resistance at $8, so it still looks like it has almost $1 left in it. Next resistance is at 10. So if it can keep going, that's awesome. But I wouldn't pay too much mind to the RSI right now. It looks like it's just already ripping. I don't know what they're doing, but like the real opportunity to get on this one was on the breakout of $3.80 back here. It's kind of chasey now to get in just because it's up. Look at this CCIV. Yesterday we were looking for this $60 party. Looks like that $60 party might be early this morning. Shout out to Joan. I know she was waiting on that one. Congressional hearing today. Yeah, we're going to be watching it, guys. We will be paying attention to the Roaring Kitty congressional hearing. I'm hoping that we could learn some things. Maybe I could explain some things as like they're asking certain questions. What does it mean? How does it impact it? We'll have it up. Whether it's the video, audio, something, we will somehow be paying attention to it. APHA and SCKT are both moving again. APHA is moving because TLRY is moving. Obviously, they are very, very related now. How is SCKT doing? Oops, sorry, I misspelled that. SCKT is showing a bit of life. Watch 1750 seems to be that the yesterday high. Interesting. Just be careful because there's a lot of bag holders who bought in here who will be happy just to get out for break even. So there's going to be resistance in the like entire region on top of it. Ooh, CCIV. We're gunning for 60. Look at CCIV on the move. Here we go. Get ready. CCIV, we're moving. Riot selling off a bit, unfortunately. TLRY, AMC. So these two on the left are coming down. AMC, Riot coming down. TLRY battling it out in the high 34s. CCIV, the monster. Look at that. I would have probably been day trading CCIV, but I don't have day trades left. So that's sometimes you're just out of luck like that. Here we go. CCIV gonna crush it. Let's see that $60 mark. Joan, this one will be for you. Thoughts on SNDL bought in at $2.50? I think if SNDL can't hold 175, you might be in bad shape. There we go. Ding, ding, ding. Congrats to everyone in on CCIV above $60. Man, if only I had that one runner call, we'd be up even more today. But also, it's expiring tomorrow. So for me, I was fighting against Theta Decay. But CCIV up 6.5% today and not really showing signs of slowing down. Morning, Matt. Any cheaper energy stocks that are currently dropping worth getting into? Fuel cell, watt cost. I sold all for a profit last week. In terms of cheaper energy ones, I kind of actually like some of the cheaper energy EV stocks, such as like Workhorse. I think is a good long-term play. Hyliion, I believe that's below $20. I'm trying to think. So like when you just be careful with like cheaper, because you could also now buy fractional shares. So even if you like Tesla, you could buy $50 worth of Tesla. You don't have to get a full share. So like I wouldn't look at the cost as an inhibitor. I would say just buy the ones that you like the most. CCIV, let's go. Riot coming down a bit. Is that because of Bitcoin? Bitcoin's still holding 52K. That's kind of interesting. I'm surprised. Hey Matt, I have Africa calls expiring tomorrow. If I don't sell today, will I lose all the money or will I get it what it's worth at the time? So basically, if you hold them till expiration, I mean, can you give me more information on like, so you said they're expiring tomorrow, but what is the strike price? That's the main thing I need to know. If I don't sell today, will I lose all my money? It depends if you're in the money, out of the money. I kind of need more information on that. If you're out of the money, they might go to zero. You might lose everything. If you're in the money, you'll get like whatever that difference is multiplied by 100. So like, let's say that APHA today closes at 22 and your strike price was 21. Well, then you would make $100 per contract. Good morning. Got right at 41. Sell for profit or hold. David, I mean, that's all up to you. If you think Bitcoin will keep running, then you should keep holding. SNDL $4 call expiring January 2022. Too risky or not? I mean, John, I wouldn't say it's too risky. It's just like, how confident are you in the cannabis sector? Like, if you think cannabis will continue to rip, I think that's actually kind of a good play. Any thoughts on getting in on lithium, any ETFs or any other opportunities in lithium you know of? So the way I know lithium does well as EV continues to grow, just because that's a main aspect of their batteries. But just to be completely honest, like I've never traded a lithium stock. I'm like more focused on EV. So I get that lithium's like an upstream way to play it. I just really don't mess around with those, like the mining, minerals, any of that stuff. And it's not because I think they're bad. I just I don't know. It comes down to one of those things that like there's only so much time in the day, like for research, chart reviewing, and those ones didn't really, I guess, pique my interest. But if they keep moving, I might really have to add those. Fox News just reported that Amazon might bid on AMC. Is that true? Randy, you can't spam like that if it's not true. It's one thing to spam to get my attention for something important, but if you're just spamming uh to spam, why would you do that? AMC. Okay, so he's not spamming. These guys, if there's big important news like this, those are acceptable times to get a hold of my attention. So this was just reported this morning. Seeking Alpha, a great website to get information, especially for stocks and stuff. Movie theater chain AMC gains on speculation of AMC buyout. Movie theater chain AMC gains 8.7% after the circulation of a Forbes story in French that speculated on potential Amazon acquisition of the company. A very similar story, blah, blah, blah. Short interest, 10% afloat. I highly doubt it's 10%. I would assume it's way more. So that could be cool. We're not seeing the biggest fall through on AMC today. I'm still looking for AMC to like hold $6. So even though that's a good storyline, that could be interesting. From a technical perspective, we're not seeing fall through. It needs to get above $6. It needs to get above 650. Hey, no, Randy. I'm just saying, Randy, this isn't for you at all, guys. If there is breaking news, feel free to spam it. Like, if you have to get my attention, the more people saying it, like, I get that it's important. We were just saying yesterday that Jason was like having to like guillotine so many people because they were spamming for no reason. Randy, what you did, perfectly fine. You were trying to get my attention for something important. I was saying it more in general. Randy, you're fine. Trust me. So EV plays, I like Neo. Is that a good play? Hey, I like Neo, especially as a long-term play. Neo though, like from its daily perspective. So even though I like it as a long-term thing, it is coming up to some pretty important it's in its region of support, so I would very much prefer that it bounces sooner rather than later. If it breaks below 54, the downside is considerable down to like 50. So I like it, but I'm letting the chart develop a bit more. CCIV still looks like it's just knocking on 60's door. It looks like it's going to break through. TLRY coming down. TLRY, don't do this. We've been through so much together. CCIV ripping. Man, I'm so tempted to get it on CCIV, but whatever happens, I can't get out. And like the news, I don't know. I feel like everyone knows what's going on. I'm afraid to be like a bag holder on the situation. CCIV, it's hard to do a price prediction just because it's at a new all-time high. There's no technical resistance above. I mean, I know you could do like Fibonacci levels and all that good stuff, but I've found that as often as they work is as often as they don't work. Given the APHA TLRY merger, which stock is better to be bullish on? We've been seeing reports that APHA is the one to be more bullish on. With regards to what are you saying about cheaper energy stocks, Plug, Fuel Cell, they are massively down. Yeah, so I forgot about Plug and Fuel Cell. I'm actually in both of those. I do like them. It's more cheap energy stocks. What's my view on versus normal candlesticks? I like normal candlesticks only because of more people are using them, and in the stock market, it pays you win by being on the same page and thinking the same way as the majority. So like that's just why I like candlesticks a bit more. I hope that helps, Vicott. Riot coming down, unfortunately. TLRY coming down. AMC looks like it's turning back up to test 6 once again. CCIV is ripping. That's awesome. Ugh, if only I kept that runner call. I got scared out by Theta Decay. Hey, we are moving. Come on, Riot. AMC, let's go. Looks like it's pushing 6. The battle will be at $6. I got $500 to invest. Thoughts? So if you're investing, just pick up some like ETFs or something that you like for the long term. That would be my big suggestion. If you just want something, find a sector you like, you could put that money in, forget about it, and come back a couple of years later, and hopefully the sector did well. TLRY getting smacked. CCIV 61. Joan, are you in here today? She must be happy. I'm happy. I mean, what is my CCIV? My shares, now of course hindsight bias, you wish you bought more shares. I'm up 240% on CCIV. The account has to be down today though. Yeah, down 600 because of Riot TLRY. They're just not playing out. I need a big turnaround, especially in TLRY. Come on, TLRY. Matt, so for a day trade, do you advise of putting 25K on Robinhood or another broker at this point? Honestly, Cypher, I think it's just dependent per person. I think at first when I started trading, I absolutely hated the day trading rule. But now, even times like this, it's just like it helps you stop from over trading. Like right now, I wish I was in on CCIV, and that's a bummer. But it'll also stop me. Like I shouldn't have made the dumb Tesla trade yesterday. I think sometimes it does help. Other times you wish the opportunity, like I wish I could be in CCIV right now. So really cipher my answer to that of the 25K account. My opinion on it changes day to day. It just depends really on what mood I'm in. But depending on how new you are to trading, I wouldn't rush to putting in 25K in because a lot of new traders blow out your account. So it's way better to blow out a couple $1,000 account versus a 25K account. Can you talk about NNDM, SNPR? So I don't know about SNPR. I could look up the chart later, but NNDM, I still like it. I mean, I only sold my position because I needed to free up some margin for a play last week. But NNDM, one of these days they're going to announce an acquisition, and I think it'll do super well. What's going on, Mash? Good morning, man. Riot. We all, the excitement was in a nice green open, and now we're just seeing red. Everything's red but CCIV. CCIV is still cruising. If you guys, if you're in chat, let me know who's still in on CCIV. I mean, I'm happy because I still have those shares, but of course I wish I had my call options. $200K CCIV. I'm happy. Zachary, you made $200K on CCIV. That is phenomenal. Massive congrats. That's so awesome. Are you in, Zachary, are you in on shares or call options? All right, we got some CCIV money. I love that. AMC breaking down a bit below this trend line. That's not good. Hopefully, TLRY can finally bounce. BB tanking. Nezco, hey man, profit's profit. RJ Mess playing it smart, one option running on CCIV. I wish I did that. I should have let that one runner go. I don't know. I was being silly. But hey, same thing. Profit's profit. You can't be that mad. Zachary, 8K shares. That's crazy, man. Huge congrats. All right, TLRY, I would love for it to bounce back. SNDL, be careful on it. It broke below $1.75. That was important support where it's bounced before. If it can't hold that, we do have downside, I believe, to like 120 or $1 even. Oh, there we go. Just filling up on some more rocket fuel. Wow, why is my camera so bright today? Is it too bright? In chat, let me know if it's too bright. I'll try to fix it for the afternoon. Or if it's fine, if you like the brighter look, I could just keep it. I don't know why it's so bright. Riot. Yeah, I mean, emotionally, it's killing me today too, Coach Pete. Ah. Just spilled rocket fuel everywhere, team. What am I doing? I'm a mess. An emotional mess. Hey, you know what they say? You gotta spill a bit of coffee to make a few omelets. Whoa, Riot getting smoked. Am I even still up on my Riot? I might be. Ugh. How can my total return be down if I got in at $10 and there? Oh, now it just uploaded. Riot needs to bounce. TLRY trying to pull a U-turn. AMC trying to pull a U-turn. CCIV taking a breather. Look for $60 to be reaffirmed to go from resistance to support. Well, I don't understand. I mean, Bitcoin is still essentially at 52,000. I'm surprised that Riot is dropping this hard. Like, it doesn't make that much sense to me. But remember with Riot, since it's so tied to Bitcoin, like as Bitcoin trades over the weekend and whatever the news cycle is, if Bitcoin keeps going up, Riot could have a really nice gap up. I know it's just Thursday, but just in general, remember that Riot, its pre-market and post-market are very dependent on what crypto does overnight. Oh, so some people are asking if they're not on the Riot train and there's a good place to get in. Yeah, so on the daily time frame, no, because I mean it's just up, up, and up. But if you're looking for more of a shorter term one, we do have this bear flag. So it looks like there is some nice support in the low 60s, maybe from like 61 to 63 in here. That's something you could target today. I mean, obviously for me, I hope it doesn't get that low because I have my call options. But from a technical perspective, those are the areas I would be watching. CCIV, that would have been the one that's keeping me alive today, and I'm out of it. SNDL, man, it's break. SNDL's looking heavy. Everyone, please be careful. What are your call options on CCIV? I don't have them. All right, I think I just darkened it a little bit. I don't know what's going on with the lighting, but hopefully that's a little bit calmer on everyone's eyes. CCIV is still going. CCIV showing an incredible amount of strength today. Look at that. Is there any other like kind of bigger blue chip stock that's on the move today? Or is it all, I mean, Neo still dropping. QuantumScape 66, SPCE 48. Oh, but just to clarify, I no longer have any call options on CCIV. I sold those all yesterday. I think in total, I locked in about a 6K profit, which was sweet. Nice way to make up my losses from TLRY and SPCE. But unfortunately, it looks like I'm about to have even more losses from TLRY unless it can grow up and stop playing with our emotions. Fuel cell moving? I like fuel cell. Yeah, it's moving down. Look at that. But we do have this support at this trend line pretty close to 18. So people interested in fuel cell, watch 18. TLRY, come on. Bend back around. Riot, bend back around. Oh, I almost forgot. So if you guys uh, missed the stream yesterday, you'll notice today that we have an abnormally amazing thumbnail, and that all goes like I tagged him below, like he's in this. But this is the artist right here. He actually tweeted out, "This is awesome. All props go to him. Ben is an amazing artist. He's been with the Moon Gang ever since like day one of this GameStop AMC like news cycle debacle. Awesome stuff. Shout out to Ben. Thank you very much, Ben." Is it true or not true that you have an enormous sack? I object. I think this is gonna be a like you might as well get some popcorn ready because I think it's gonna be a movie as we see this play out today. It's gonna be insane. So this is interesting. Riot, I mean, Bitcoin is pushing 52K today, and Riot's having some relative weakness. I don't get that. Kind of surprising, honestly. Well, let's hope that it turns around. TLRY fighting. I like how it reaffirmed this trend line, bounce off of it. But let's see what happens at 34. SCR. Let's check out SCR. Thank you, Audie. Oh, looking strong. It looks like it's turning around. Look to see for it to get over 52-ish. SCR, media and gaming. I believe that this is another, like, is it an esports one? If it is, that I like it even better. But the chart's looking decent. It's consolidating and looks like it's trying to fight upward. Of course, be careful of a breakdown below 44. But other than that, it looks like maybe it wants to test 56. Good call on SCR. Churchill not holding 60. Let's see what happens there. Can I take a look? Check it. Chief's dad. Sure. Let's take a look at EH. How's that doing today? This is the one that, like, I mean, my big suggestion for this one is just to avoid it, because you might be on the right side or the wrong side of whatever this, like, fraud case is. It's just trading sideways. It's not doing much. Clear resistance at 80. We might have support in, like, the high 60s, but it's just consolidating, trading sideways. Any idea on AGTC? I know this has been a popular one. Looking a bit weak. It's trying to catch itself at 750. If it can't catch itself at 750, I mean, there is more support in the low sevens, a better support at 650. I don't know. Looking a bit heavy though. Not the most amazing chart I've ever seen. And neither is TLRY. Come on. TLRY, see, and this is a good lesson, I think, for everyone. So TLRY, by all definition, beat earnings yesterday, and it's been selling off today. So, like, you're gonna, just because you beat earnings doesn't mean that the stock's going up, and just because you miss on earnings doesn't mean that the stock has to go down. Didn't TLRY have a poor earnings report? Why isn't the stock seems to do well on a bad earnings report and bad after a good? So no, they actually beat on earnings yesterday, but it still just all comes down to the market's expectations. Like, it's just, I don't know. They beat, it was a good earnings, and here we are with it, like, still just in the low 30s. Thoughts on Argo blockchain? So I don't know anything about the specifics of it. I just know everyone in chat is, like, pretty excited about Argo. And, like, a lot of these cryptos move essentially based on, like, public sentiment, so that might be good for Argo, but I can't really comment on the specialties of their technology. Can we take a minute, Space Apes, to celebrate NASA landing Mars this afternoon around 3 p.m. Space Ape Power Hour? That's a good sign for us, Damon. Maybe we could even stream that. Like, I don't know if they're somehow streaming it, but NASA is landing something on Mars apparently 3 p.m. this afternoon for Power Hour. It sounds like the things are aligning for us. Can you take a look at Roku, bear flags, and earnings tonight? What do you think? Elon's Tesla. Let's take a look at Roku. I know Roku has been on a daily chart just going up, up, up. Good call, though, on the bear flag. Definitely in a bear flag. Let me get rid of these. I did months ago. I was doing some breakdowns of Roku. So this is an interesting chart. Like, obviously it's been going up, but what we were talking about with the bear flag, we have a parallel line on top, parallel line on bottom. These upward channels do commonly break downward. Other than that, though, there's also some divergence in the RSI. The stock has gone up, 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 but the RSI hasn't. It's actually been going lower. So that means that there's less bullish momentum here than there was on the entire run up. That's commonly a sign that it has to sell off. If it keeps coming down, the first region I would watch would be between 383 and 362. That's the area where I would personally care about it. 316 as well, if you want more of a reach target. But since it does have an earnings report tonight after the market closes, if it's amazing, it could shoot up. If it's awful, it could tank even more. So from a technical perspective, that's what I would watch after we see the market's reaction to the earnings. Wow, Rye getting killed, TLRY getting killed. CCIV, I mean, at least AMC's coming back around to try to test $6. What is going on with Riot? That makes no sense to me. BTC is trading at 52K. and Riot's gone from 78, 79 down to 66. It's down 15% on the day. I'm getting destroyed on Riot. Whoa, TLRY coming down. Stocks are looking rough. How's the SPY doing? Down to 388. Thoughts on GTEC chart? Thank you, Andrew. GTEC. Not much thoughts. I mean, massive gap up. It's not holding. I would be worried. I mean, it looks like there's probably some sort of fundamental development of why, but excuse me, this stock, not that good of a chart at all. Like, just not really trading, not much volume. I would avoid, personally, for my trading style, I would avoid that one. Riot getting crushed. How much am I getting crushed? Down 300 on it. Shoot. I want out. Why? Riot, don't do this. Well, you know how I was telling you that there's support in the low 60s? We actually might be seeing that today, unfortunately, in Riot. Decent amount of red. Crypto is green. AMC is green. Of course, CCIV is still green. Look at all this red, though. Red, 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 red. Market is red, 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 red. Thoughts on UAMY has been in suspension since yesterday. I own shares and sold options expiring tomorrow. Not sure what happens to them if they're suspended. If so, I've had this happen to me before. When I'm in a stock, I have options that expire or that the stock's suspended. The contract, the way options work is a contract to a certain date. So you're actually kind of like in a super unlucky situation, Chuck. Options go to a certain date. It has nothing, there's no pretense that the market has to be open. So if you're caught up in a suspension, it's just like a very, very bad situation. It's super, super unlucky. It's a rarity, but it does happen. So like if you're in the money, they will stay in the money. If you're out of the money, they might just expire at zero. But you're not gonna have your hands are tied behind your back of getting in or out if the stock itself is expended. James, watch out. Stock subreddits are getting astroturfed by a bunch of alleged accounts. Seems like they're aiming to get subs shut down. Oh, interesting. All right. Well, thank you for that shout out. I didn't know that was happening. Cake and Bake have new pairings on Binance in 15 hours. It's already moving. Well, just want to give non-financial advice to anyone who wants to check it out. That's Cake and Bake, new pairings on Binance. It sounds like they're really moving. Thank you. Global transactions, Polkadot crypto. Yeah, I mean, we could check it out. I've actually never looked at Polkadot's. Man, there's so much red. This is not fun. Let's look up Polkadot. Polkadot's looking awesome for whoever's in on Polkadot, like up, up, and up. Just be careful. I mean, clearly we have this. It's in an interesting wedge structure now. Like it's actually battling it out at the top of that wedge. So that's the wedge I would watch on Polkadot. And just be careful right here because not only is it at that trend line, but the RSI is going down. So we're seeing less bullish momentum now than we were previously. That's a sign that it needs to take a breather. So, I mean, I wouldn't be rushing myself to get into Polkadot at this point. I would wait to buy it, maybe try it here at 27 if that happens. But let's see. Interesting chart though. Sideways, nice breakout, nice rally, period of expansion. This will lead to a period of consolidation. I can't guarantee when. That's just how this stuff like commonly plays itself out. So after that consolidation, that's when you want to get in on the next move of expansion. How much is my account getting rocked today? Down 2K. I just want to pull the ripcord on these. I'm getting destroyed. You look like Malcolm from Malcolm in the Middle. Interesting. I don't know. What's his name? Freddie Muniz? Um, I'll take that. I don't know. What other else? I mean, guys, we have some time to fill today. Who's my celebrity lookalike? The one that I've been most impressed by, someone messaged me to say that I look like the younger Franco brother, not James Franco, but Dave Franco. Let me know if you agree with that, or if you think that there's another celebrity I look like. I haven't heard the Malcolm in the Middle one before. What's Neo doing? Neo selling down to 53. Neo's, guys, look how red everything is. This is just like a red horrific day. Mac Miller. Hey, I like Mac Miller's Jimmy Neutron. The guy from the Goonies. I like Goonies, Mac Miller. We're getting a lot of Mac Miller ones. Frankie, all right, it's split. I'll take Mac Miller. I enjoy some of his music. Jimmy. I also get the days I wear the cardigan, I get a lot of Blues Clues, like Steve from Blues Clues. 100% Pedro Pascal from Mandalorian. Hey, I like Pedro Pascal. I kind of wish I sounded like him. He has an awesome voice. Literally Yachty. Ryan from The Office. I've gotten that one before too. Lil Wayne. A bit like Ben Shapiro, so I worried for your safety. Malcolm in the Miller. All right, David J. Took a look at Binance BNB. This is the exchange coin / token. My question internally is, what is Binance plan? This has exploded beyond what they ever expected. Oh, I didn't know that Binance had their own. Take a look at Binance BNB. All right, David, we'll check that out. AMC kind of breaking down. Riot making me cry myself to sleep tonight. Churchill bouncing back. TLRY maybe bouncing back. You look like Milan. Oh, from the NHL. Oh, I'll have to look this guy up. I haven't heard of him. Oh, I kind of do. People also say Andrew. There's another YouTube, like a YouTuber that's way bigger. Andrew something that has a podcast. People say I look like him. He's way taller though. AMC and GME are about to be short squeeze gamma style. Keep freaking buying Mike B. I love that diamond handed energy. But let's look up the Binance thing for David. BNB. Right here, this token. That's the token 3x. Wow, it has taken off. Holy cow. David, do you know why it's done so well? I mean, so here from a technical thing, we could at least a teaching standpoint. So right here, this is a really nice pattern of it explodes, and then from there it forms a nice triangle. You could call it a bullish pennant, but when it goes up this much, it's actually referred to as a high tight flag. These are very bullish. So it shoots up, consolidates, lower highs, higher lows, and then it finally breaks out of the wedge. And when you have such a dramatic upswing into it, usually you see another dramatic upswing after it breaks. It's battling it out at 6,000. I don't think I'm comparing it to the USD, but whatever it is, it's going to look pretty similar based on like whatever the relative comparison is. But overall, this thing is absolutely ripping. David, I'm just curious about why. Do you know what's going on? Hey, Matt, could you take a look at Neo? I have a put on it and would prefer to keep taking today. Yeah, no, we could look at it. Wait, J Mag. Hey Matt, please check my super chat. I think I missed a J Mag super chat. Let me see if I can find it. Mike B, we talked about that one. Damon, we got yours. Oh, J Mag, go long on APHA due to merger. Also, ARC ETF worth. So APHA, that's so there will be that merger. We saw that article the other day that like between the two, APHA is like the one where you could get the deal between the merger. But if you like the cannabis industry, TLRY and APHA are like going to be solid investments. And then in terms of your ARC ETFs, I mean, I kind of like everything that Cathie Wood is doing. I'm in either all five or at least four of her five ETFs. When she drops that new space-based ETF, I'm gonna get in on that. So those ARC ones, I mean, I'm in ARC K, W, Q, F, N, G. I'm waiting for the new space one to come out. They've had awesome returns. I really like it. What else? Hang on, I feel like I missed something. Okay, we are looking at Neo, and then we are looking at KAVL. Okay, so Neo, the Binance token is killing it. Neo, it's breaking through this support, so that's looking good for your puts. My next suggestion would be to watch $50. But and that's only if this 54 level doesn't hold. If they get it back up on top of it, you might want to capture some of your gains because this previous resistance might be turning into support. But if we stay below 54, I mean, hold out. I mean, I don't know what your expiration date is, but my next zone would be 50. And then we're looking at KAVL. I mean, KAVL is in that bullish pennant. We almost just saw that on the Binance token. But if we just check this out, we have a nice triangle. So let this develop. Typically, these do break upward, but just watch this top trend line for a breakout. Thank you for that super chat. He does look Italian, Pedro Pascal. I mean, I did the 23andMe test. I don't think I had much Italian in me. I obviously had a lot of European, but I don't think there was much Italian. Can you check UVXY? UVXY is the inverse volatility play. I know people make a crazy amount of money with options on UVXY just because it can have like very big moves. Interesting. It looks like it's gonna kind of shoot up, which would be bad for the overall market. This typically moves inversely to whatever the S&P 500 is doing. So I guess something worthwhile to note. Not the best for like all these blue chip stocks. There is resistance though, right at $10. It's at 976. I don't know. If it keeps shooting up, most likely the market will go down. G Easy. He has doesn't he have dark hair though? That rapper? I've listened to some of his songs. I'm back for a whopping day. She's getting demolished. Extragram, I'm there with you. I'm getting destroyed on Tilray, Riot. I'm looking for a play to make some of my money back, but unfortunately, I don't have any day trades. So if I do it, it might be closer to like market close. Or if I see a really nice support, I mean, I'm just praying that Tilray, Riot bounce back. I'm hoping this is just the suits. I don't know, shaking people out so they can get better averages. Let's hope. I don't know. I do believe eventually that the overall market is due for like a nice correction. It's gonna feel painful. I guess I shouldn't say nice, but it's just like super overextended in the bullish direction. So I think it needs to take a breather, like kind of calm down a bit, and I think we'll see a correction at some point. SPCE, is it going back green? 49.21. Riot is at a place of support, but like that's just such a dramatic downswing. Should I just load up on Riot, lower my average? Is that the big brain play? David J, what's going on? People need to think long term on crypto. Regulation is coming. Too much cash leaving banks into crypto. So look at the tech and reason behind the tokens, coins, and tech and companies brings to market. I 100% agree with that. So David, overall though, are you saying? Yeah, I agree that regulation is coming. They're gonna try to fight it as like much as they can. But do you think that Bitcoin and Ethereum, like kind of, or like Litecoin, let's just talk about like the major ones. Do you think that they have a bright future? Like, are you yourself an investor? Obviously, you seem to be pretty knowledgeable. Do I have an opinion on PLTR? Yeah, long term, I'm a bull on it. It's getting smacked after its earnings announcement. But if anything, I look at it as like a dip investment opportunity. Have you checked PLTR? Yeah. Over there, I mean, I could throw up the chart just so everyone knows like what I'm seeing on PLTR. Here's my chart. So I'm watching the support between 24 25. The R side is very blown out. I mean, in my opinion, these are good opportunities to pick up some shares. It's just like it seems like they're on a pretty nice discount at this point. Huge volume though, people getting scared, but we do have technical support at 24. I don't know. I like it. I like what they do. I like that their biggest customer is the U.S. government. I think they see some nice things. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do, which like could just be insanely stupid. Well, actually no, because then I don't know what to do. I'm thinking about doubling down. I'm 100% in Riot shares and calls, and I'm getting hammered harder than a nail. Anthony, I was just gonna talk about like I know you have a big position. Are you feeling good about this coming back? I mean, Riot, just so everyone knows, here's like a bigger term outlook on Riot. So I'm thinking about this bounce off of this trend line, but if it cracks, there's even more downside. So that's the risk to it. Either this is a very good dip buying opportunity in the low 60s, or it's going to get absolutely destroyed. But look at this, like we have another bounce right off this 58 level. I mean, it is. I I'm a little maybe too risky, but I'm about to double down on my position. I threw in an order to get 2 more Riot calls for the same ones I have. $75 strike, Feb 26th. I'm just looking to lower my average basically. I'll let you know if it fills. Actually, you guys will see. Right now I have 2 calls, or yeah, 2 calls. I'm looking to turn it into 4. If you buy at the end of the day, trade window, then sell the next morning, is that considered a day trade? No, it's not. It's not a 24-hour period. It's just trading sessions. So if you buy at 3:59 at a market close and then sell at 9:31 the next day, not a day trade. 100%. Anthony's loading up. He's diamond handing it. He's doing what I'm doing. He's just buying more. I love that. From the chart, can you see SPY go up double digits in a month? No. If anything, I think SPY is coming up onto resistance at that $400 mark. I think there's a better chance of SPY like drifting downward. Interesting SPAC news. SPAC King Chamath Palihapitiya could be launching more SPACs soon, as his SPAC group has filed some new names with the SEC. That is awesome news. Thank you for posting that. Chamath, definitely on the side of like the retail investors during the whole like debacle. I didn't get my Riot calls, unfortunately. Hang on. I don't know why I'm not getting them. Definitely not overall feeling the best about this play. just keeps going up as I'm trying to get back into it, buying it off this dip. SPC is on the move. Thank you, Mel. All right, I just got, so here it is. I think I went a bit too heavy, but I just moved my position from 2 of these call options to 4. My average, if it can load. Here's what I'm doing. My average is now 933. I have 6 expiration of next Friday, so I have about 6 trading days. We'll see how it goes. As of now, I'm pretty much break even, down $50. I don't know. If I had to self-reflect on what I'm doing right now, I think it's a little bit of an emotional chasey trade, but like, I don't know. Sometimes you just got, would have been tight. If it did break below 58, I could have got out very, very quickly. So I feel like I'm chasing this bounce now, but I don't know. At least, and also I don't have day trade, so I can't get out. If Riot tanks on me, I hate being in positions like this. If Riot were to tank, you guys would just see a grown man cry on stream because I can't do anything about it. All right, let's go, Riot. Let's hope it comes back. TLRY shown a bit of strength, but still has a long way to go. Damon, 7 new space SPACs, including SPACs in space. Let's go, Apes. I love that, Damon. That's so cool. SPACs are just super, super hot right now. So especially with a big name like Polyapatia behind them, I think those could do very, very well. I appreciate you posting that. Snoop Doge. I love that. How's Bitcoin doing? Still pushing 52K. All right, Riot. CCIV now getting smacked down to 57. So at least we had that $60 party. Thoughts on Neo? My thoughts on Neo are if it can hold 54, 54.20, that's a good support level. But if it cracks below that, that opens up the door down to $50. SPC is fine. Of course, the day after I cut my horrible, horrible loss on Virgin Galactic, it starts moving again. Is there news on it about why? Riot is just down because of the sell-off. BTC is still high, so its rally is my guess. Ape made huge mistake. I forgot PLTR lockup expires today. That's why we're dumping. Oh, okay. Sorry for that loss, Lenny. So yeah, I guess PLTR, the lockup period. So a lot of internal people are probably dumping their shares finally on PLTR just to realize some of their gains. But still, overall, even though it's showing weakness today, I still do have a bullish long-term outlook on it. Thoughts on Bitcoin ETF that launched today? I don't know what that ETF is. Do you have the ticker for it? I think it was just oversold after the test flight got postponed. I agree. I guess they moved their test flight into space to the chart. Love it. All right. TLRY, please, please do something. Riot, go back to 80. I'm in Riot now. Who's in Riot? If you're in chat right now and you are, let me know your Riot position. I know Anthony's clearly in it. He has some leaps. He doubled down today to make some of that money. Let me know. BTCC. BTCC is the Bitcoin ETF. BTCC. No, that's not the ETF ticker. All right, Riot showing something. Let's see what happens at 68. In Riot, holding Riot at 64. Riot. Someone has a put on Riot. So we're kind of split in the group. Riot, $90 strike, 226. Let's go, Duncan. In Riot at 45. Apple or AMD? I like Apple better. Riot, $70 calls. All right. Long Riot. Coach Pete. All right, let's see if it keeps going. TLRY is not having fun. AMC, I mean, it was showing life this morning, so was GME. Now they're like just going sideways and down. I think there could be some movement though around noon on them when all that stuff starts, the congressional talk. Thoughts on STMP? Looks like it's getting crushed today. Huge gap down. I would say there's a little bit of support at 200. Yeah, there's support at 200. So if you like stamps.com, that's like the place you could try. Past that, you have 175. So I'd watch 200, 175. I'd be looking for this gap fill up to 260. Come on, Riot. Make us proud. Anthony, Riot is going to 100 next week. I'm more than 100% certain BTC will be at 55K. Anthony, I would love that, man. I am right there with you. I mean, I just more than doubled up on my position. I know you have even more money in play. I mean, I would love for it. Well, also just for my crypto investments. Like, I think that would be great. What else? Moon Gang. Do you have any? Oh, right here. SPCE spike. GlobalAir.com report saying co-launch happening this weekend. So that's the news on SPCE. Interesting. SPCE up, drunk Elon Bronson telling stories again. It might just be this global air thing. All right, not seeing anything crazy. Not too crazy, at least. Who is Keith Gill? Trader on Reddit, also known as Roaring Critty, was bullish on GameStop, drove the craze, worked as financial advisor. This is just so inaccurate. He didn't drive the craze. Like, that's such a bullshit way of putting it. I have a small position in SOS. It shot up this week, but what do you see as far as maintaining its upward trend and getting out before it falls? All right, Trevor, that's a good question. So SOS, I believe is similar, right, to like Mara and Riot. So I think you're going to be pretty tied to Bitcoin. Please someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think it is another like Bitcoin play. So with this though, it's an inside day. Like in terms of its daily chart, you can't get much information out of this. Just be like mindful that there is a gap fill to just below $8. But overall, if it is the right company, let me just check it at this point now instead of just saying it. I think it is another crypto play. Yeah, mining. Okay, so it's another crypto play. So to answer your question more directly, it's all going to come back to how you think crypto is going to do. Like if you think crypto will keep trending upward, like I would say then if I were you, I would hold my position. It's just like how strong do you think about like crypto, that world? From a like technical standpoint, obviously you should be mindful about that gap fill. You should be mindful about like this low. So like between 770 and 870, there's going to be some support in here. As of today, it's going to be a boring sideways day. It's inside. You're not going to have like much to decide. But in terms of resistance, if it starts rallying again, you can watch this. But also, crypto has an amazingly volatile, huge move. So there's not much stopping it from like breaking out to a new all-time high. So from a technical perspective, watch 770 to 870, watch 1580 as resistance. But as in terms of like a longer term investment, I would say pay attention to, or like ask yourself how you feel about crypto. Thoughts on SPAC? Oops, sorry. SPAC, Elusa Energy merger with Fryer. Cisco, right now, we're seeing that SPACs are super hot. I mean, we saw what happened with CCIV. We're seeing all these other SPAC deals. Right now, it seems like there's a lot of bullish sentiment behind SPACs and also really EV plays. So when you put those together, it seems like a good money-making opportunity. Hey, got fired living on crypto games for a sec. Can you look up KRBN EV stock? Yes. KRBN. 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 Nice bullish run since November. Is looking a bit heavy now. If it breaks below 27, the next support's at like 26 pretty much. Like so there is support relatively close by, a nice support at 24. So it looks like it needs to take a breather, especially because of the divergence in the RSI. So I think it's going to come down here, find a support and bounce from that. That would be my initial gut instinct without knowing too much about that company, Sean. Here we go. AMC making that fight back, getting on top of this trend line. Let's see how that goes. So Riot, it was a good shot to get in right around 60 and ended up bouncing about that. Like I chased it a bit, so I'm just hoping I can get lucky now. But that was a nice technical buy area. Sean Porter, thank you for that super emote. I appreciate it. Hey guys, in chat, we have 4.5 thousand of you watching. We are about 25 likes away from 1,000. If you guys could, I would really appreciate it. Obviously, it does not cost you a dime just to drop a like, and it really, really does help me with the YouTube algorithm. So if you're watching, it would be phenomenal if we could get up to 2K likes. If half of you watching right now could take a split second, drop a like, it would mean a lot to me. $1.3K, let's keep it going. 750 left. Let's keep going, guys. Once again, it really does help me out. That support's awesome. It's what makes this day in and day out better and better. Oh, so I have a question for all of you guys, and I think I'm trying to still figure out some aspects of the YouTube algorithm. So I do these streams, and then afterwards I've been posting those live clips. But the like relative views are way lower. So my question is for you: do you guys just not enjoy them, or number two, are we not getting the note? Like, do I post too much in a day that the notifications aren't going out? Like when after both streams in the evening, at least on the East Coast time, I have those more like I'm posting just small clips, like 5, 10, 15-minute clips. Let me know if you guys don't like them or if you're just not getting the notifications. Sean, I liked it. I love it. I want some more of it. Sean. Jeremy just became an astronaut. Welcome aboard. Look for Mr. Dot Softwares. All right, where am I looking for? Oh, for your Twitter. Is that what I'm looking for, Jason? Or did I miss someone called Mr. Dot Softwares? I'm really trying to not miss any super chats. Sean. Okay, I think I got all the super chats. So, Jason, I hope that's just how you reached out to me on Twitter. That's how I'm interpreting it through a game of charades. Oh, okay. Mr. Software, sorry. You missed my chat. CTRM. All right, let's no notification. Okay, so that's split. I will look up CTRM in chat. All right, CTRM. Let's do that. CTRM. My apologies. CTRM looks like it's finding a base at $1 or right above $1. Interesting. Let's pull up a better time frame. Let's see what's going on here. CTRM, just a shipping company. Clearly, over the past whatever 4 days, we have this downtrend. So I would say, like, just more on an arbitrary level, look for a trend reversal. Maybe happen. Might want to trend. So it looks like it's in the middle of trying to reverse trend. So I would say watch for that. If we could stay above it, especially if it could get above $1.40, that would make me more confident that it's gonna shoot up. But that's also a big if. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 days of selling. There's going to be bag holders each like level we go back up. So my big suggestion, if I were doing this, would be to watch 140, and then a breakdown below 110 or $1 is pretty bearish. So right now it's in between. It's trying to decide which way it wants to go. So I would watch 110, 1 and $1 as support. Look for this trend line breakout, and then you could get pretty bullish above 140. The problem with your clips content is that it's financial. It's dated as soon as you post it. True. True. So what kind of content should those little clips be? Just like more of like pure teaching stuff? So the way I was thinking about the clips are the people who like maybe don't have the time to listen to the stream, but they still wanted a quick update of what's going on with like Tesla, Apple, CCIV, of like what to play for the next day. That's kind of how I was like thinking about it. Fred, what's going on? What's my thoughts on EBON, EBOM? I mean, looking very solid. Pretty much at the support. If it can keep going, like you have a nice spike up to maybe even 15, but right now it's at support. So or resistance, excuse me. See how that goes. I feel like most of us already listened to what you were saying on your small videos from what you post. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I was just trying to think of also like those people who a quick recap of what's going on. Quick take on Macy's before earnings. Macy's. Thank you, Alex. Um, Macy's. Hang on, I'm just reading some of these teaching. All right. Macy's, Macy's looking a bit sick. It does have earnings on Feb 23rd. So it's coming up to, well, it's at previous resistance, which might act as support. but I think the low 13s make a bit more sense. And then 12 is a level I would really watch. But also keep in mind, because they have the earnings announcement, that could completely blow the technicals out of water. If it's really good, it could shoot up. Your first resistance would come at just below 16. And then in support, you kind of have nice scattered support. You're in at like 1350, 13, 12. There's really good support in this region if you like Macy's. I've actually never traded Macy's myself. But I think it's all like it looks like it wants to drift downward. And then I think things could completely change next week based on this earnings announcement. Dropbox earnings today. Socket Mobile kind of dying out already from the news cycle. Bitcoin at 51.5, not really much of a dip in my opinion. I mean, it's like $1,000 off of its all-time high, not even 2%. What is SNDL? SNDL is below 175. That's not good. That is opening up a drop to like 120 a dollar. I think there's more downside in SNDL, especially if there's still weakness in APHA, TLRY, all those. Coach Pete, I think teaching clips are a great idea. I would love to understand charts as well as you do. I also think you look like a young Adam Levine. I mean, I will take that compliment day in and day out. Definitely blow my ego up. I think teaching clips are a great idea. So like, I mean, that's what I'm trying to do with those. Like when I do it and I point out the like structures, like so I'm trying to do it. Maybe I'm just not delivering it the right way. So I just want you guys to know, like, obviously it means a lot to me, and I'll keep iterating it and on it and trying to make the best content I can. So maybe I'll be more specific about the indicators I'm using and the exact I guess the exact technical structures. So I know one of the ones I posted yesterday was like a riot one, and I was explaining that like right here we had like a microphone, a bear flag. They do commonly break downward. So I was trying to call that out, but I think I'm also somewhat battling with the algorithm just because like when you post so much, they stop sending notifications if you post too many times in a day. So I'll have to figure out a happy in between. Can you explain Webull GFW? I've been warned a few times. Will they restrict my account? Webull GF. What do you mean by GFW? Good faith violation. Okay, a good faith violation is for when you have a cash account. Um, so it's just basically you're trading too many times before the trade settles in your account. So that'll just kind of stop you from, similar to a pattern day trader violation. I believe it's just like a 90-day restriction on day trading. So you can still trade, but it sounds like your account's below 25K. Well, that's a cash account, so it's not even pattern day trading. But you have basically you're just day trading too much. So if anything, it'll just stop you from day trading. So just be a bit mindful of how many day trades you're doing, especially with that cash account. You're just not letting the cash settle. Suggestion for you: for your evening clips, you can either post an educational or forecast any trading ideas for the next day. Okay, that's a good one. I like that. So I think overall, these are the goals that I've been going for. Maybe I'm just not executing on them the best. But maybe if I started doing videos of like, hey, here's a portfolio update, my main watch list for like tomorrow, the stocks that like to pay attention to. And I also think I need time to develop it. Like obviously, it's been like maybe a week since I started posting clips, so obviously I need to develop a certain like audience that still like enjoys it. But I like that. Chief C, thank you for that super chat. Educational, so maybe I could do that of like, hey, I'm watching Riot tomorrow because it just bounced off of this like bear flag trend liner, and then explain what I mean technically and why I'm looking at it. So trying to tie it together. I like that suggestion. Thank you, Chief C. Hey, looks like Riot is coming back. How's my Riot? We're swinging back. Maybe we'll go positive today. Way too much exposure on this. I'm up only 11%, and that's $600 just because I'm like way, way overexposed. This will either really, really help my account or seriously hurt it. Passionate Angler regarding PLTR fundamentals new from Seeking Alpha. Soros Fund will continue exiting its position. The amounted to 18.46 million shares as of November when the fund said it regretted the investment, does not approve of Palantir's business practices. So I saw that, but then there's also a lot of other hedge funds who were like buying it up. So I remember when that first came out. So I would take it with a grain of salt because there are other bigger funds that are still like in love with it. I'd like to see what potential day trade the next day might bring or news about a certain stock. Okay, I mean, I was attempting that even with like CCIV of like, hey, we have the merger. These are the levels I'm watching, and this is my own like portfolio. Uncle Grimm's clip content is good as a reviewer. What I'm looking for in clip content: brief overview of any highlights from the stream, current state of your public portfolio, market news, tickers to watch, what you think the trades are going for intraday long holds, good entry points. Okay, and trending tickers. That's good. So overall, I think we're all on the same page of what I should be going for. Maybe it's just all on me for the execution of it. But hey, I'm working on it very diligently day in and day out. I'm confident that I'll be able to pull it off. LLIT drifting upwards, rejection at $11 where it was battling out before. Looks a bit sick now. Look for it to catch itself at 925, the low of today, support before resistance. 925 is important. If it can't catch itself there, it looks like it could drop to 8. But if it does catch itself at 925, I would then once again be watching 11. Stocks, in my opinion, need to pay attention to the news, set alerts before BTC, ETF, or just ETF. If top crypto ETFs get approval, I think they will. Heavy action on calls and puts, markets to be very volatile. I 100% agree with that, David J. Thank you for that super chat. Horse and Oak, what are the risks associated with this with a stock marked D? Deficient issuer failed to meet NASDAQ continued listing. Your risks with that are it getting kicked off of the NASDAQ stock exchange and going to like a gray market exchange, which generally when that happens, people sell off and you see a dip. So getting kicked off of one of those exchanges for like not meeting the proper requirements is not a good situation. Hey, at least Riot's kind of going back up. I mean, TLRY breaking my heart at this point. LDI, the call is happening now, the earnings call. So there might be some movement on LDI. Everyone interested in that. King Kong, would love to see the more things that we haven't talked about extensively that we should be on the lookout for. That makes sense. So I think King Kong, that's a very good point. I think it's me battling between people who like maybe missed that stream today and just want a quick recap versus people who stream with me for hours. So like special standalone content. That makes sense. Man, GME is getting crushed right now, down to 43. That's not good. Gray index. Sorry, I maybe misspoke. I meant a gray market. That's kind of like a colloquial name for like OTC stocks. They're on the gray market, opposed to like the Nasdaq, the New York Stock Exchange. In my opinion, those are like definitely, I don't know. They're not as well regulated. Weird stuff happens in the gray markets. Things get halted for like weeks sometimes, depending on what stock. I just don't really like messing around with stocks on the OTC gray market. David J, good point. I love Apple as a long-term play. BTCC.B is the Bitcoin ETF. What is that? BTCC.B. Purpose Bitcoin. So it looks like it's not trading in the US. Well, let's just take a look at it. Brand new. Interesting day. So I can't do much of a technical breakdown on it. but looks like it's not yet on the US market. Let's go Bitcoin. Let's bring Riot back to life. Riot. Let's get this. Is it just going to turn out to be one of the most like disgusting dip buy opportunities? Can you look at EBON? My prediction is $16 end of week. EBON. So we looked at this before. Like right now, it's at resistance. I mean, if it doesn't, I don't know where you're coming up with 16. So from a technical perspective, I would say, okay, right now it's at resistance. If it could break above that, maybe a shoot up to 15. And of course, like if there's follow through, like I'm not saying 16 is out of the cards, but there's big resistance at 11. There's a resistance at 1125, resistance at 1160. So if it gets above that, maybe 15. But also be mindful that the RSI is already pretty blown out. Usually when there's this much bullish momentum, it needs to take a bit of a breather. So if I was in EBON, I don't know if I'd feel that confident about 16 end of week, especially because the week ends tomorrow. Maybe you mean next week. But I also don't see like any earnings calls or something like that that could like be a fundamental catalyst. I'm curious. Maybe something's happening that I'm missing. Like, is there some big announcement or something? Like $16, you're basically looking for what, like over a 50% gain on the company. That's a lot of money. SINTX. Syntax Technologies. Looking heavy. The support you should be watching comes at 225, 223. Right here. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Look for support to be found there. Chart is heavy. If you guys made me trade this today, I would take a short position on it down to 220. Not the best looking chart. Kappa. This is for you, Brandon. Oh, huge explosion. I mean, I don't know what the fundamental development of it is, so I wouldn't chase that gap. I mean, what is going on with this stock? Just up, up, up. If you're trying to get in, I would say wait for 19. It's looking a bit heavy now. People are starting to realize some profits. I would see if it comes back here, and if this resistance will then turn into support. Yeah, I would check. I don't know. I wouldn't chase this one, but from an intraday perspective, that's the level I would watch. I would appreciate if you did educational content, how option calls work, how to cover them, leaps, and so on. Maybe do a post-mortem of a ticker over a longer period of month or so, explaining when you got in, the reasoning. Okay, that makes sense. So a lot more of just like how I get that. But also just so you know, Husky Ghost, even on this channel now, if you guys look, there's a playlist called Trading Essentials and another one, I think Options, where I already have a bunch of like that intro educational content if you're looking to learn more about the options market, and also just trading in general. I have two: Trading Essentials and Trading Options. That is already on this channel. A bunch of it's just free content that you can watch to get you jump started. We are about 45 minutes away from the hearing. What about Alphabet for the long term? Is that as solid as Apple for the long term, in your opinion? Sean, that's a great question. So for those of you who don't know, Google is actually under a company called Alphabet. So he's basically asking about Google. I love, like, Google's just so dominant. Google's dominant, Apple's dominant, Microsoft. Like, as long as technology remains important, which seems like an obvious give me the way the world's going right now, I think those companies will continue to do super well. So relative to Apple, I don't know. I own both. I hope that helps. But like, I wouldn't pick one over the, well, if you made me pick one over the other, like I could only have Apple or I could only have Alphabet, I would actually probably pick Apple, but it would be very close. Bought the dip in Riot contracts all in, up over 1K, however, still down 10K from GME. Let's make some money and destroy these Greg's in suits. I love that you are diamond handing Riot, making that money back. Let's see how this goes. DAL, please. Should I jump in now or wait a little for a longer, a bigger tip? All right, let's pull up DAL. 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 Let's pull up the. This is Delta. I've talked about this a little bit. If you guys are looking to play the airlines, big airlines, I like Southwest the best. If you're looking for smaller airlines, I like Alaskan and JetBlue. Spirit, which trades under Save, is also a decent one. But for this one, wait for a bigger dip. I mean, it just made a relative high 2 days ago. There might be some support at 43, but a nice support at 41. Ryan, I would say wait for 41. See what happens there. Maybe even the closer to 40, the better, really. But it looks like it's going to take a bit of a dip, looking a little bit heavy. But overall, if you have a long-term outlook on these, you could just buy and hold for like years. You don't have to like worry about saving a couple dollars depending on your like long-term investment thesis. But I like Southwest the best, which trades under LUV in terms of big airlines. How could the House committee hearing affect the GME AMC price? What do we need to hear? So it's not going to directly impact the price of that. I think if anything, it's just AMC and GME are very much moving on people like staying interested in it and it being relative to the news cycle. So I think that we're getting the hearing. It's going to put AMC and really GME back into the news cycle. So as it's popping up on people's phones and we're hearing about it, like just whatever is playing out, I think people will be like, oh, like what's going on with GME? They might buy, they might sell. But basically, GME and AMC do way better when people are interested in it, when they're actively trading it. So I'm just hoping that, Chris, we have like a just a renewed interest, I guess way is the best way to put it. I mean, if you look at their charts, the volume's been absolutely destroyed. Just people aren't trading it. So hopefully this gets it back in the news cycle where people trade it again. I don't think we have to hear like a like specific thing of like this or the biggest hopes is if you're on like Robinhood or something, maybe they have to pay off people. Like if you own those positions, maybe that can happen. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Let's see what happens with the congressional hearing. I really don't know what way it can go, but to my understanding, I don't think that they're necessarily like supportive of Roaring Kitty. Like I think they're going to be questioning him and like accusing him of market manipulation. So let's see how that happens. Let's see how that plays out. All right. Riot dipping a bit. What's Bitcoin doing? 71.8. Kind of need a nice push. But hey, I've been talking about Ethereum. I even think in yesterday's clip video, I was saying Ethereum to 2K sooner rather than later. Looks like that's becoming a reality. Definitely bullish on. I mean, Ethereum's pushing a new high. Look at that. That's beauty. It's a beaut. It's a beaut, Clark. Ethereum. I'm liking Ethereum, like how it's looking. Good looking chart. Strength. All right, what else is moving? Riot was making me happy. I don't know. I need that. TLRY. Feel like I should almost just get out of TLRY. I'm back to being negative on Riot now. Ugh. What is this? The Wall Street Bets lingo guide to the moon. Belief a stock will gain significantly. Jay Powell, Chairman Powell, YOLO, risking a significant portion of your portfolio on one trade. You only live once. Tendies, chicken tenders, profits, stocks, they only go up. Paper hands, selling a first sign of a loss. Diamond hands, refusal to sell a security. I just want to know their audience who they have to like get a guide up for. That is hilarious. You gotta love it. Cheat sheet. Well, maybe we'll have the cheat sheet up for ours. Except I'm pretty sure everyone in this chat knows what's going on. T, thank you for that super chat. What are your thoughts on BRK.A? Should I buy the dip? So that's Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. I think .A is that they have .A and .B. Like one's the cheaper one, one's the more expensive one. Is this the cheaper one? No, that's the expensive one. And then they have the cheaper one, which is still kind of expensive. I mean, is there a dip in it? I don't think there's a dip. I mean, it just hit a new all-time high yesterday. I would have a tough time calling that a dip. It's just like slightly red today. It's down 1%. I wouldn't call that a dip, but your closest support would come closer to 350,000. Let's look at the cheaper one. Would come at 236, but this is not an actual dip. All right, TLRY coming back. Hey, at least AMC got on the top side of this trend line. It would be way better above 6. But GME is getting smashed right now, $44. Bought SPPI at $2.81. SPPI, $2.81. Well, it looks like you're in this nice trend right here. So I would definitely watch this trend line. I would try to, like, I would hope for a bounce off of this. But it's just consolidating. You're seeing lower highs, higher lows. It's going to break one way or the other. Obviously, if it breaks down, realize your profits very quickly just so like they don't disappear. But on the top side, look for a breakout. And if it does break out, I mean, try to ride it back up. I don't really know what Spectrum Pharmaceuticals does, but this is the technical situation I would watch. I would get worried a breakdown of this trend line. All right, Riot, make us proud. TLRY, make us proud. Churchill, trading kind of sideways. SNDL getting, guys, I was telling you, SNDL below 175 is not good. Since then, it's dropped another 15 cents. Like, it's just selling. Kind of happy I got out of Tesla. NEO retook that support at 54.20. SPCE now trying to retake 51 and hold it. Can we get a look at Workhorse? Yeah, love Workhorse. How's that doing? Look at this. I mean, I was telling everyone this is the bounce. Like, if you're looking for a risk to reward setup, this is your first stab at Workhorse. Especially if you're all right with like risking a bit. Like if you're okay with like setting your risk to, I don't know, 28, 29, this is a great risk to reward setup. I mean, all this selling, the RSI. If you're looking for a bounce play, Workhorse is a solid one. I was telling everyone look for the bounce from 30 to 31. It looks like it bounced almost exactly just, but what is this low? 30.89. This is a nice setup. And then if it breaks, you could sell quickly. You could be a bit more conservative, play it off of 28. So at that point, you're risking $4 a share, but the upside is nice. 43 is the all-time high, but honestly, I think it could go higher, especially on any announcement of the USPS contract. This has been selling kind of with the overall EV market. We did see bearish divergence in the RSI. I mean, I'm not selling Workhorse. If anything, I would be tempted to buy more here. Hope that helps, RJMS. GME below 44. I mean, GME is getting smacked. I seriously think the clowns in Congress, if they could, would impeach Roaring Kitty. They go after anyone that does not fit their collective Borg mentality. We are their servants. Bow before Zod. I mean, I agree with you. I think this is an unreasonable witch hunt for Roaring Kitty. Obviously, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know like what if he did was legally wrong. I don't see how it could be because he was never pumping it up. He literally just posted screenshots of his own portfolio. I agree with you, David. I think this is just the hedge funds and stuff, the people who pay for lobbyists to get laws like created in their own favor are pissy, and then like Roaring Kitty became the face of like people who caused like Melvin Capital to blow up. But like, I don't know how can we live in a world where Roaring Kitty, he found that GameStop was heavily shorted and he also liked the company, so he bought it himself, and that was it. He just posted pictures of it. How can we live in a world where that is perceived as like immoral, illegal, and then you have people like Bill Ackman who has like a multi-million billion-dollar short on the market, and then he goes on a live interview and he knows people are listening and he says that all hell's about to break loose. This happened about a year ago and he makes billions off of it. No one bats an eye off that. But then you have some guy in his basement like who is like a financial advisor at Mass Mutual just talking about like his own position on GameStop potentially making a couple million, and now I'm sure that's disappeared into the ether. I don't know. I can't see how like one of those is fine and the other one is like horrifically wrong. Like either they're both okay or they're both wrong. But I don't get how they can like pick and choose. Keith Gill is there as a figurehead. I bet it will go badly for the hedges. Sean, I agree, but also like understand that they're also there to all like I guess question um Keith. So like I don't know. I hope everything goes well for him. I think it's insane, but like the hedge funds, like he's there as a figurehead. We'll see how it goes out. Did you read his opening statement to Congress? Yeah, I mean, absolutely hilarious. All right. Some people, you guys have been sending news my way. I'm just going through it to see if there's anything worthwhile to show to chat at the moment. Anthony, Anthony, Anthony. I think we just need to like call each other up every night and pump each other up about Bitcoin and Riot. Moral support. Let's go. Riot, I mean, from a technical perspective, it's right here testing it at 70. Riot back. What a volatile day for Riot. Goes below 60. It started off the day pushing 80, drops below 70, goes below 60. Now we're already testing 70. Huge, huge range on Riot. GTA Nation, do you think Riot is going to fight resistance at 70, or is it stuck below it till closing? Thanks. I think it's my gut instinct, and obviously I'm biased because I have those call options and I want it to work out. But I'm just basing it off the strength, the continued strength in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's pushing 52K again. I think that Riot will break above 70. I don't know where it's going to close. I mean, obviously, I hope higher, but right now we have a double top rejection right below 70, but these highs are getting lower and lower. I think they're going to test it. I think we'll break through. Just and my reasoning is exclusively how strong Bitcoin's looking right now. Bados, thank you. How's it going? Thank you for that super emote. We could throw it up. Let's see. I really hope it doesn't get rejected and smacked back down, obviously. Hey, Virgin Galactic still looking strong off that potential test flight news. What's CCIV doing? Oh, CCIV still holding 58. We could throw CCIV up for a bit here. Kind of actually looking lower highs. GameStop, where are we at? GameStop looking sick. AMC just kind of coasting at 570. It's trading in the high fives where it's been now for almost like 2 weeks. All right. Let's go. Of course, as I just give my prediction of Riot breaking above 70, gets smacked by like $2. Churchill Capital. Maybe we'll show some strength. I mean, TLRY, devastating sideways action. All right, Fubu. Yeah, I could do that. Boosted. Fubu TV. Right at the support. I mean, maybe it'll bounce. If there's a breakdown, there is obviously more downside. But I would be closely watching how it plays out over there, like today and tomorrow, to see if it can bounce off of this trend line. Here we go, Riot. Let's get ready. $70 on Riot. Let's break right through that. Here's an update on my Riot. Up 10%, 580 at the moment, but it's a volatile situation, obviously. Let's go. Let's go. AMC to the moon. All right, people pouring in. I guess other streams have been ending. What is going on, everyone? What have you been watching? What are you interested in? AMC we have up here, kind of just trading sideways. We are waiting for CCIV. I wouldn't say it's breaking trend, just kind of trading sideways. It's at 59. I mean, not much of a range today. Let's go Riot. Here comes the Riot breakout. Let me tag this really quick, this high. Riot above 70 is good, even better above 71.26. Let's go Riot. Anthony's probably getting ready. He's on the edge of his seat. I can feel it. CCIV coming around too. TLRY doing nothing, making us all wonder why we invested in it. Same with, there we go. Riot on the move. Let's go Riot. CCIV on the move. All right. Let's go. Let's go. What's everyone in? Can I check my Twitter? Sure. Did you guys send me something on Twitter? Someone asked me to check my Twitter, but I don't know what I'm checking. Earnings after close. We have Roku, Dropbox, Appian, Allegiant Energy. Am I missing any of the big ones? These are all reporting. The Trade Desk. I don't know. TripAdvisor. Texas Roadhouse. Love Texas Roadhouse. Don't really know much about their stock, but I love the restaurant. All right, Riot, let's go. 71.26. The money today is still in crypto as Bitcoin's heading back to 252K. CCIV battling it out at $60 once again. TLRY looking a little bit, but I mean, TLRY has quite a ways to go. Um, let's go on Riot. What a range on Riot. Someone was just selling it off to lower their average. What a insane buying opportunity. It's already up more than $10 since today's low. Will you take a look at EHTH, EHTH? Looking kind of sick. I don't know. I wouldn't feel that good about it. Your support's at $48, but the gap down, sell off, failed bounce. It's all going to come down to 48. Is it a dead cat bounce and it'll break down, or will it just be reaffirmed and shoot back up? Life, health insurance. I mean, if you want an insurance play, I think United Health Group, UNH, I think is their ticker, is probably my favorite one. Has a pretty solid dividend as well. David Kelly, can someone please explain to me how Maxine Waters is in charge of this hearing? Does she even know what a short is? I highly doubt she does. But hey, that's Congress for you. Let's look at Riot. All right, all right. Iron. The pros and cons, honestly, between like Riot and Bitcoin, I don't know. Like right now, I was gonna tell you like maybe one has like more or less volatility, but right now they're both like pretty insanely volatile. They're gonna move together. At this moment, they're gonna be like pretty correlated. Do you think that Robinhood makes OTC gains from taking 80% of the customers' trades? A lot of brokers have this automated watch on time. 80% of the customers trade. I mean, if you're talking about the them selling the order flow, that's like definitely happening. Um, OTC gains. Um, makes. I mean, I don't think Robinhood's actively trading OTC. Like that's not their business model. They're in the business of like selling order flow and like renting out short positions. CCIV has popped 3 days in a row and around 11:30 and 1:40 p.m. Also, C-SPAN is public and is now illegal for you to stream. LFG Roaring Kitty. Can anyone confirm that? Am I gonna? So I'm not streaming C-SPAN. It's just like a YouTube thing. I might get the video might get demonetized, but I don't think it's illegal just to have up another YouTube, especially if it's transformative content. Like if I'm talking about it and sharing my opinion, I think that should be fine. But does anyone have any confirmation? Any chance of ABB? All right, I'll look at ABB. ABB, I mean, solid upward trend. This is referred to as a bear flag. They do commonly break downward, so I would be a bit hesitant about that. But yeah, just watch this line. I mean, there's no saying like it could just keep building up and up and up. So I would just watch this. Maybe this should actually be more like that. So I would just watch this channel. I mean, but it seems like a solid one. I don't really know much about their fundamentals. Or oh, not illegal. Okay. Okay, cool. If you are in Riot, watch BTC, BCH, Ethereum, Dash, and ZEC. Important to watch the altcoins tied to all of the ant farms, aka ant pool. Personally, I love Dash, ETH, and ZEC, and heavy in non-financial advice. That's from David J. Thank you so much for that super chat. David has, like, I mean, he's been in here day in and day out, and he's been killing it, especially in this crypto world. So I would definitely, I think it's worthwhile to check out all of those Dash, ETH, and ZEC. And that'll be a big driving force of what Riot does. I would assume also Mara, same with SOS. All those guys are kind of in the same boat. Keeping a C-SPAN logo on the screen during the non-commercial use constitutes sufficient attribution under this policy. Congressional hearing, blah blah blah. Okay, so as long as I'm like adding transformational content, as in my own opinions, we're talking about it. I have up. I think we should be good. All right, so here is the deal. I don't know how long this is gonna go on for, and I still, yeah, Jason, I got that link. So here's the, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Everyone listening, here's what's going on. So it's gonna start in about 20 minutes. So I'm gonna quickly take a 10-15 minute break, get some food, because I don't know how long it's gonna go, because I still want to stream into the market close. So we're gonna do the break a little bit earlier. I'm gonna be ending the stream, but I'll be back in 10-15 minutes. Trust me, if you want to know what's going on with Roaring Kitty, Congress, and you want to see it, that's what we'll be back. We just need to take a very, very mini break. I will be right back. I promise. We'll be talking about the market. We're going to be talking about Roaring Kitty. We'll be talking about how the suits are just going to always be doing suit things, basically. But I will be back in 10 minutes, guys. Get coffee, get tendies. We're going to be here all afternoon. I promise you. I will see you back here in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I promise.